Okay, hey guys, so this is a full-on comparison of the Skullcandy Hesh 3 wireless and the Audio-Technica AT-AR3bt wireless headphones. Skullcandies are over here and the Audio-Technicas are on here. Today's video is going to be a bit different, and today I'm going to be comparing the gray Skullcandy Hesh 3 and the black and gold Audio-Technica AT-AR3bt BK. Both of these headphones are wireless and they do support Bluetooth. And they do sound really good. I'm going to go over all the pros and cons, which one's better in different departments. So first we're going to talk about build quality, and sound quality, then functionality, and then extra features. Before we start build quality, let's look at what came inside the box of these two headphones. I'll put the Skullcandies aside for a second. And with the Audio-Technicas, we have a 3.5mm aux cable that is gold plated on both ends, which is nice, and it does have an inline mic, so you can use your mic while it's wired with a little remote on it, which is nice. It's really clicky. It is black cable to match the headphones, and yeah, you can use these wired and wireless, which is a good pro for both of these headphones. And they also did come with a pretty short micro USB charging cable to charge these up. The Audio-Technica headphones have a 30-hour playtime, which is insane. And if you run out of juice, you can charge them up, or you can use them wired, which is really nice. Now let's go to the Skullcandies. You get the same basic accessories, including the micro USB to USB A cable that also came with the Audio-Technicas. Couldn't find the Audio-Technica cable, so I just put this one in for both of them. And we do also have a 3.5mm cable, which is gray, and it actually matches the headphones, which is really nice. If you guys want to see more or hear more about these headphones, my review is there for both of these headphones, and there will be a link in the description for both of these headphones, a separate review. And this is gold plated as well. It does have a bit of a Skullcandy logo right there. This does not have a inline mic. What I did find out, which is really nice, is that you can use the onboard mic in wired mode, which is really nice. And I have tried it. It does work with Xbox controllers, so I can talk with people in my party with these headphones. And also, it does work for taking phone calls on your phone, but you can't use any of the buttons on the headphones because that is just for Bluetooth mode. But it's really nice that you can use a built-in mic instead of the inline mic when you're using these wired. We got the accessories out of the way. Now we can talk about build quality. And both these headphones do have plastic as their main material that they used. So mainly on these headphones, what is there for the majority of the headphones is plastic, and we have some matte plastic right here, which is nice. And it does have a bit of a gold trim, and the Audio-Technica logo is gold too. And you have a little metal adjustable headband, which does have really nice clicks to it. It does get a bit dirty over time, but you can just clean it with your thumb like that. It's back to new. And it does adjust pretty big, and it does feel really durable. I don't feel like it's gonna snap on me at any time. And on the headband, we do have really nice leather that is a bit cushiony as well. We can press it in a bit, which is really nice. Presses in a little more in the middle than outsides because the stitching is over there. It does give it a nice premium touch. And on the ear pads, they are circular, not oval, but they do still work fine. They are some type of leatherette ear cushions, which do feel really good. And I'll talk more about these later. But they are removable, which is really nice. They do fold up, like so. They don't fold up as small as some other headphones, but they do fold up. I guess you can tighten them like this, but I guess that would cause too much strain on the hinges. But it can get smaller like this. But usually it's supposed to fold like this. And the ear cups do swivel a bit, like around 45 degrees. Do not swivel 90, like fall all the way around, like the Hesh 3s. They do swivel 45 degrees to the left and right, which is nice. And you get a good fit. And they do pivot a lot, so you do get that really good fit. And now, let's get to the Skullcandy Hesh 3s. We do have, as a main material, we do have plastic, which is nice, but we do have an even softer touch plastic over here, over the ear cup, which does feel a lot softer and does have a bit of a rubber finish compared to Audio-Technicas, which does have soft touch plastic. So it have a bit of a rubber finish, which I really like. And there's a bit of like this type of plastic. This one, they both have matte plastic most of the way around. This one does have a bit of glossy plastic around here, but most of it is matte, and it does feel a little bit cheap. But then, to assure you that it's really sturdy, they have put a metal headband in, which is nice. And like the Audio-Technicas, it does click into place. And it does on both sides. It doesn't feel a bit flimsy or loose. It feels really good. On the headband, we do have a bit of minimal padding, but it does work well. It is really comfortable for long listening sessions because of the giant cushiony ear pads, and also the headband, and also the lightweight capability of these headphones, which I really like. It is not the thickest or strongest or most comfortable headband, but it does work, and it does the job, and you don't feel any fatigue after a long time of wearing. The ear pads, I'll talk more about them later, as well I will with these two. And they are like a bit of a memory protein ear pad, which are really nice, and they do conform to the shape of your head, which I really like. And they are breathable, like they do have a little bit of a mesh right here, so your ears can breathe, and I haven't had my ears sweating at all on these headphones. These do fold up kind of like Beats headphones. They do fold up on top of each other. They also do fold up another way, which is like this, or you can just put it like that. So they do fold two ways, which is really nice. None of these headphones do come with a carrying case, even with the portability of these headphones. They don't come with a carrying case, sadly. But you can get one for about $10 on Amazon. And I will try to link some below, or you can just search up the name of the product and then say case. You'll find a bunch of good options. I'm suggesting that you get one that's made for the product and not a generic one, because some of the generic ones are too big or they're too small. And the hinge here is kind of plastic. Feels a bit loose. Does feel fine. And it is, as you can see, there's a glossy plastic here, and it does have a Skullcandy logo there. So these headphones are both very minimalistic looking and very sophisticated. Some does have a plastic hinge too. Yeah, now let's get on to the next. Now we're going to talk about sound quality. And I'm going to have to give the edge to the Audio-Technicas, because the bass, which I really do like bass, is a bit more punchy and more refined. I feel like the sound is more refined than Hesh3's. The volume on these, however, is kind of weird. It does have a little switch down here. I'll talk about the functionality after this. The volume on these does not sync up to the volume on your phone. I have tried these on Android and Apple. It does not sync to your phone, which is really awkward. The Hesh3's, you don't have that issue there. Just perfect. The sound quality, I feel like the bass is a lot more punchy, and the highs and mids are very clear and crisp. And like the volume does go a bit higher with these, even though it's a little like messed up. Volume with the Skullcandy Hesh 3 is a little not as high as the Audio-Technicas. But we do have an internally amplified driver, which is really nice. They are internally amplified before the sound comes out, which is really, it sounds really good, but it doesn't nearly have the level of bass. It does have more like crisp vocals than the Audio-Technicas, and the highs are better on the Audio-Technicas, but then the Hesh 3 do have better, more surround sound. Like it actually makes you feel like you're there. It gives a better feel on your head too. So, but in general, sound quality is going to go to the Audio-Technicas for the better bass and the more crisp and clear sound. To talk about functionality now, and first let's start out with the Audio-Technicas. They do have really simple controls. They are foldable, like I mentioned earlier. And with the buttons, we have all our controls on the left ear cup, but for the right ear cup, we do have the on and off switch, which does have on and off. Off if you want to use it passive with the wire, on for Bluetooth. On the left ear cup, we do have that little NFC logo, because we can tap your NFC accessible device and just tap it here, and you won't be able to automatically connect, which is really nice and handy. On starting from the left to right, we have the little LED indicator right there, as well as the AUX port for the cable that came with it. Then we have this little slider / button thing, and then we have micro USB input. which says charge. I think I know what that is when I'm buying a pair of Bluetooth headphones. But swiping to the right or swiping up will give you volume up, and if you hold it, you do go to the next track. If you hold the -1, you go to the previous track. If you just flick it like that, it goes to the volume goes down. And the volume on here is not synced with your phone. I have tried this on Android and iOS devices. Neither of them is synced with the volume on here, which is kind of weird. Skullcandies, we don't have that issue, which is good. But with these, we do have a little issue. And there is a little play and pause button in the middle. And answering any calls, just press it in. Makes it a bit of a clicking noise. And now let's go to the Skullcandies. We do have only 3 physical singular buttons. So right here, 3 buttons. We have the indicator right there. We have volume up and next track, volume down, previous track, and then play, pause, and accept and decline accept and end calls. And also, if you hold this for 3 seconds, it does go to the next track. If you hold the volume down, it goes to the previous track. And everything is on the right ear cup. Instead, with the Audio-Technicas, we do have all the controls in the left ear cup, which is kind of weird. There is absolutely nothing on the left ear cup with the Skullcandies. Do you have your 3.5mm port right there, as well as the micro USB cable port right there. And let's get some more functionality in a minute. I'm gonna have to give the edge to the Skullcandies because they do fold up in 2 different ways. One being flat and one being like this. You can have it like this, sort of like Beats headphones. If you don't want to do that and you want to keep it flat and slim, you can sort of keep it like this. And I think there's a little better way you can fold it like this, I guess. But they do fold in 2 ways, which is nice. Audio-Technicas only do fold in one, and they fold in like so. And you can't squeeze them together, but again, you could scratch your ear cups with another. And they do put a bit of stress on the hinges and the little metal headband. So I really don't want to mess up any of those, so I will fold them as they're supposed to be folded. And none of these headphones came with a case, as I said earlier, which is a bummer. But if you do need a case, you might want to go to Amazon. They're really cheap, $10 for like a case, for a hard case, which is nice. And they aren't too easy to find. They aren't too hard to find for headphones. If you are going to get one, search up the model of your headphones and then say case. Don't get a generic one. I recommend to not get a generic one because they may not fit your headphones, or they may not work so well with your headphones. So you might as well get one that works perfectly with your set of headphones. And yeah, that's portability. Overall, which one's more comfortable? Like, now let's talk about the earpads with comfortability. The earpads on these are replaceable. You can just easily pull them off, and they do come back on really easy. I have not found replacement earpads for these online, which is kind of weird. I guess if you talk to Audio-Technica support, they may be able to get you some, but I haven't seen any on their site or on Amazon. And they do, after like, let's say half an hour of wearing them, they do start to hurt my ears. These little bubbles, these little bumps right here do start to hurt my ears. It does pinch a little on my ear, which I really don't like. As I said in my review, I think I said that too. Yeah, they do pinch my ears a bit because there are on-ear headphones. But with the Skullcandies, they are over-ear, and they do have memory protein ear cushions with a little breathable area inside, so my ears don't sweat. My ears don't sweat with the Audio-Technicas because they're so small, my ears. But these go over the ear, and they are really big and really cushiony ear pads. I like how they didn't overdo the padding with these headphones, because usually on over-ear headphones, companies tend to overdo the padding, and there's too much, and your earlobe is sitting on top of the ear pad, which I don't like. I like for your ears to sit inside it and nice. And there is a bit of padding right here if your ear does tend to touch. With Audio-Technicas, we don't have padding right here. If your ear does touch, there's a bit of foam padding. And there's a big hole, and there's a big area for your ear to sit inside without touching anything else, which is really nice. And the headband with this, I feel like there's a better headband on the Audio-Technicas. It does feel a bit more premium too. It is a bit heavier. That's why these are